here's an example and overview of Heptabase and how I use it. And this is the MOC that I made for the Light 12 showcase I did. And as you can see, this is kind of obsidian like looking, and if you click on them you can open them up over there, and like you can open them up in full screen too. So like, and like click it and it will take me to the home note of that one. And so yeah, and I can go back to like this, and it'll be over here, and then I can switch them, and there you go. And so, and these are notes that are on that section of synchronicities and PDF highlights and that, and take you to those. And yeah, journal days and stuff. And yeah, and this actually wasn't created on this page really though. Like where I really created this stuff is over like here. And yeah, like you can see that that note is here now, and you can interact with it just as easily and stuff. And you can close them and stuff like that. And now if I click on the sections and stuff, it will take me to those sections on here. Also with the notes, it will take me to a note and stuff. And this is what I started using Heptabase with, was writing articles. And yeah, you can see like here's a proofread version of the article, and I do a lot of the actual formatting and stuff within IA Writer, but yeah, you can see that I did this, and like usually I put the date here and then which links to a day, and then also like Medium post if it's for Medium, and like Medium post has the links to there, and also has a tag for Medium, which has a Kanban board of ones that I've done within Heptabase. And so yeah, you can also make it a table, and you can add properties, and you can sort them that way. And so I'm back to here, and this is what it looks like in the grand scheme of it. And then like there's the course maps, which are ones that I've done before and gone through and put down some of the information, and they live on the course board. And like here's the drop down or sidebar of things you can have, and so courses. And as you can see, there's lots of things that follow the course and stuff. And I made a section for it and stuff. And you can see these ones. And like if I click on one here, it will take me to the note. And it is easy to manipulate the notes. Like you can make it smaller or bigger, and you can like fit the content and do. And so yeah, here's a planner type thing that I've made before. These are journal pages, which I can see them at a weekly view of things. And if I want to go to like and it's a card of all of its own stuff. And these live over here. Like, you can see that they're referenced over in the showcase. And like it'll take me right to it. And like PDFs are pretty cool to interact with it. I love learning and going through things, and German has been a fascination recently. And so like if I press locate highlight, it will take me to that part of the PDF, and I can see it that way. And also works with text. So if I click that, you can see the text I highlighted right there. And yeah, and you can easily do that with like readwise highlights, drag them over to here and see them and copy them and work with them. Like to do that, you would go into like one of these and click on this and then just drag it into there, and there you have it. And you can move it to a new board, or you can view the source of it, and you can also easily just remove it. And you can get the sidebar off too if you want to. And you can see like this card right here was embedded into it, like just like that. And to drag it out, all you have to do is go like that, and it's dragged out into a new card of itself. And you can do that with the daily pages and really any card, and it will leave a transclusion on the note too, unless you want to leave the full content, and then you hold the option key if you're on a Mac, and that will leave the full reference, like all the information, not just a link to that. And yeah, like this is normally how a board looks for me, pretty much. Is just kind of messy and things are all over the place, and I'll start writing like this outline and then click the new note, which then you click a new note, you just do it there and start writing. And yeah. And to make links also is same way. Like you just go to there and you can link anything, link the cards, link the sections, PDFs, boards and stuff. Actually, not boards within the card, but yeah. And that also works with at too. And they have these, so you can use any of those options there. And so yeah. And then to delete it, you can delete card from library, and this is an embedded video that I dragged into it.
Hallo alle zusammen und
And
willkommen zu
you can turn
diesem
on the volume
Spickzettel.
of it. It's muted right now. Some pictures I dragged into it. And like PKM. And yeah. Like, and to show you more of what I've actually done, not within this little vacuum, but on the grand scale of things. This is what like my content creation board looks like with everything, and just all sorts of things, and usually group ideas together a little bit, and but other ideas influence those ideas, and it's just an amazing little thing going on. And sometimes this can be too much, so I will make a smaller board or just work with the grander scale of things. And so, yeah. And this is one of the ways I've helped to learn language some, is doing like direction in German, Devon, dahinter, längs, rechts, bei, seasons, Sommer, Herbst, Winter, Frühling. And you can see like the days there, like descriptive of lecker, delicious, and mega, and nicht so lecker, not so delicious, and like food, vegetables, fruit, meat, milk products, uh, baked goods and fish, some books and stuff, and some platforms and different things, and a post I did about how I've been using Heptabase to help learn a language. So, and like that board looks like, it's not going to, there it goes. I had to catch up. Like these are all PDFs down here for a Lingoda course I was doing, and they're all PDFs that goes with the classes, and they're sequential, and I can get in really close, and you can see those, and like you can interact with the PDFs from here too, and stuff easily. And you could highlight and do different things. Highlighting's right there, and so there you go. That's now a highlight on the board. Some lesson material and stuff once we did together, and some more PDFs. And so, yeah, I mean, I've also done this with like courses I've helped do flows for like emails when they messed up one flow and they got out of sequence. I went in and put all the emails here and where they were and stuff, and things that could be corrected and changed and stuff. And then like this was the flow of how it went. Like it starts and change the tags. I'll remove the tag, send a webhook and pre-start and office reminders. And so like if I click this, it will go to that email up here. And if I click another email stuff, it goes to like that email and stuff. So I can track it, and like this is like the flow of the course material that's in there that those emails might be referencing and stuff. And yeah, like I've done it for like how I'm processing information and stuff, like for like journaling, like digital reflect notes in Heptabase, and like information and interest from like liquid text and Kindle and Audible and short form, Medium posts and Feedly goes into Readwise, then it goes to these, and you can see the flow of information that I did with the mind map. And one of the cooler things of this is that you can actually have these notes here, like that's an actual note in the mind map and stuff, and you can see it over here and stuff, and I've done that with more of them. And yeah, that's a pretty interesting thing. You can make them different colors and stuff. You can, here's an image that I made and put in there with pretty much the same stuff. And then I was making an article, and these are things that I've written about apps that I use all the time in different forms, in different constructs and concepts of doing things in them. And so that led into this article right here. And when I'm working on something, a lot of times I'll do like resources and ones that might be linked to it and stuff. And like it's a Medium post, and I start it this day, and then I'll have notes on the side. So I'm writing the reflect notes part, so I can reference that right there. And so, yeah. Or I want to do like this one, or like this one, and I can have them up and scroll through them and stuff. And yeah, this has been a game changer for me in the fact that I've done lots of apps, and I've used Tana, and I've used Notion, and I've used Asimian just a little bit, and like I over architect way too much in Notion and Tana, and made it so I didn't actually use it for anything other than creating a workflow. And I was so caught up in the intricacies of those details that I never bothered to actually make notes half the time. I didn't use it for the intended purpose because I was always fiddling around with stuff. And so, yeah, that's one of the things. And same thing with Tana. Like, I love Tana, and it's so fascinating. And I created queries and things for everything. And it was pulling information for projects from here and there and everywhere. And that was fascinating, except I got too caught up in structure and, yeah, didn't actually use it for the intended purpose all the time. And it was just burdensome and a friction point, honestly, and stuff. And so, yeah, like, this is also one thing that I do is I'll write stuff in my Remarkable tablet, and I'll OCR a lot of stuff, but I can also just export it as it is and have it here too to reference. And and you can see that, and it's mixed things of stuff, but yeah, like, so those are part of where I pull information from too, is just having lots of options to have a big note, a small note, and everything in between, being able to make connections this way, and like, oh, this note links to this note and that, and have it be a much more visual representation. And so, yeah, I hope this was a little helpful of that. And yeah, like, you can have that, and this is how you can also navigate. Like, you can go through your cards, and like, this is the map, and like, that sets curiosities if you're wondering. And like, content creation is here that I showed you, and there's also boards here. And you can go back to it and go to like pick a card, and I have these random things here, and I can go back and a bunch of like PDFs, and yeah, and I can go back to the showcase, and this is that of the sections I created. And if you have any other questions, let me know, and I'd be happy to answer them.